Hello, everybody. There's been an age-old question as to what track is better. Do we go technical route or do you go going into management? Generally, this question comes to you once you've been a senior engineer for a while. Now you can become a staff engineer, and then from staff you can become principal engineer, or you can just from senior SRE you can be a manager, right? And this same thing applies to development as well, right? Um, so this question has been in my mind for a long time, and I've been trying to figure out how we can answer this question, right? First of all, let's define success as with money, right? Even though that's not true, let's just say that money is the only thing we're considering. So, how do you figure out what's the best route to make more money once you've reached this level where you've been a senior SRE for a while or senior developer for a while, right? So, I ran an experiment in LinkedIn. What I did is so first of all, just to give you some context, right? Um, Generally in California, a senior SRE can make anywhere from 140 to 170 thousand dollars a year as base salary, right? Um, and then from there, the money goes up to if you become staff and principal, or you become a manager and whatnot. So that's your baseline, right? So I tried to run an experiment as to like what kind of title do I get if I filtered all the jobs in the U.S., which turns out to be California, because California is the most paid place in the U.S. for IT anyway. So if I filtered all the available jobs in LinkedIn and only looked at jobs that whose salary range, right, cross $225,000 a year base pay, right? What kind of titles do I get, right? So here's my results. So I looked through 45 jobs. Given it's not a big number of jobs to look at, but it gives you some idea, right? So out of those, 29% were principal engineers. Well, that's not very surprising because, in fact, principal engineers can make even 300, even 350, right? Depending on how good they are and how long they've been doing this. Um, and some of them become CTOs and architects and whatnot. The staff engineers in between principal and senior. So 27% of those jobs had the title of staff engineer, right? And 20% had senior SRE or DevOps or platform engineer and whatnot, right? 11% even had normal DevOps engineer or SRE title, no SRE, no senior or nothing. Only 9% had team lead and only 2%, sorry, director, and only 2% had team lead, right? And there was 2% was with the senior SRE with the security duties included in it. So that's a little bit special. So I think the answer is pretty darn clear. You see, even if a team lead is kind of a mix between management and technical anyway, so that doesn't really count because they kind of it kind of falls in between. But you see, only 9% of these jobs are actual management jobs, right? Now, that's not to say that there are people who are development managers, senior development managers, engineering directors, vice presidents. Of course, they make a lot more money, right? But in terms of open jobs, right? You see that the real high pay is coming from all the technical roles. You can make 225 if you're really good at senior SRE, or if you're staff, and of course if you're principal, of course you're going to make that. That's probably on the low end for that title. So I think for available jobs, not what people already make as in their current roles, because there are directors and vice president who make a lot more, right? But in terms of open jobs, right, what people are looking for, companies are looking for, the companies are willing to pay a lot more money for really technical people, especially who are staff and principal level, right? So that's my finding. Just in case it helps you figure out what to do with, where to invest your time and energy. I think if your money was the only concern, and nothing else mattered, then I think staying in the technical line would be the way to go. All right, I will see you in the next video.